How's everybody doing? Y'all having a good time?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, welcome to the 2018 Oxford House World Convention. My name is Ricky, and I'm a person in long-term recovery.
Hey, Ricky.
We got an amazing group up here to talk about an amazing topic. First, a couple announcements. Please turn off all cell phones during the breakout session. That'd be much appreciated. Even the wah, 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 wah. Just as a reminder, if you're smoking or vaping, please use the covered areas located to the right and left in front of the buildings. Do not smoke by the doors. Please step away from the doors. And there's no vaping allowed in the hotel. Please speak clearly into the microphone because the sessions are being taped and some are live streamed. So if you come up afterwards, we will be doing questions at the end. Make sure you step up to the microphone and speak clearly, please. If you're using the Oxford House Convention app, please remember to rate the sessions that you attend. So we got an amazing group up here. I'm going to introduce a couple of them. We got Elizabeth Lewis. She's and we got she's Oxford House alumni and outreach in Texas. We got Jeremy Weatherspoon, Oxford House alumni. We got Brandy Bauer, our Oxford House cheerleader. We got Chandra Brown. She's also Oxford House alumni. And we got Greg Goose Wise. Goose. Oxford House alumni and outreach in North Carolina. So Oxford House CEO Paul Malloy has long said that if recovery isn't as much fun as drinking or using drugs, why stay clean and sober? Many Oxford Houses and Oxford House chapters take that admonition to heart and make sure that they find ways to encourage fun and recovery. Houses and chapters should emphasize attraction rather than enforcement. Right? Sometimes that's hard, but it is worth it. Among the types of activities some houses and chapters undertake are picnics, fishing trips, one of my favorites, retreats, progressive dinners, softball teams and tournaments. We got cookouts, spaghetti dinners, pancake breakfast, bowling, and participation in bowling leagues. I've done that personally. I'm not very good, but I still have fun with it. Many houses and chapters emphasize these activities during Recovery Month in particular, which is September, for those of you that do not know. Chapter membership by individual Oxford Houses is voluntary. Many chapters use social activities of the type mentioned to generate increases in house membership in the chapter. The panelists here will discuss many various ways of having fun in Oxford House while also using the democratic discipline system of house operation to master self-confidence, sobriety, and living a comfortable life without booze or drugs. And with that, I think we're going to get started. You want to get started, Goose?
What's up, family?
Hey, Goose.
My name is Goose, and I am a man in long-term recovery. What that means for me is I have not had to use any drugs or drinking since 4/21 of 2013. And I wanted to go first and get kind of the boring stuff out of the way so we can get these Oxford cheerleaders up here and talk about kind of some of the ideas you can take home. So yeah, let me get a show of hands. How many people got into recovery to stay miserable? A couple? No? That sucks. Hey, could somebody help the T-Rex turn his page? He's reading the manual there.
He's got little arms.
He's got little arms.
Do it.
Thank you. But yeah, for me, when I moved into Oxford House, really all I knew was how to find drugs and use them. And the first group of guys that I moved in with, they were heavily involved in the chapter and everything. And one thing that they preached to me was, you got to get involved and you've got to start having fun. And for me, I got into recovery to have fun and not have the consequences that I used to. And so, I got clean actually a couple miles from here. And in Kansas, anybody here from Kansas? Yeah. Kansas does it big. with the Unity events and fundraising events and everything. And so, you know, it's almost expected of you to get involved in those. And so when I was involved in the Kansas City area, I mean, we literally had something going on every week. There was at least one, either a movie night or game night or, you know, just dinner. But for me, like, it starts at the house level, and making sure that you're having unity from within your house, the family dinners, and at least once a week. And then it blossoms out, and then you start having fun with everybody. Yeah. And then you start having fun with everybody, and then you know, that becomes another weapon against this disease of addiction. It gives you, I don't want to go back out because I'd lose my house, but I wouldn't be having fun with all these people anymore. And yeah, that's really all I have. So I'm going to hand it back off to Pretty Ricky.
Yes, Pretty Ricky.
I love all y'all.
Thanks, Goose. All right, next up will be Chandra Brown.
Closing out.
Woo!
Yes, Sandra.
All right, so honestly, oh my God, I love you. That's my man crush right there. That's my man crush. Okay, anyway, y'all, I don't even know what the hell I'm doing up here, but shit, I make a fool out of myself for absolutely nothing. This is a hell of a reason to do it. So thank you, Kansas, for hosting us. Yes, I hope y'all all voted for me or somebody. It doesn't matter. I mean, I can't vote anywhere else, so shit, I voted. Like, I tried to go back twice, but they wouldn't let me. So, y'all, I'm so honored to be here. I am a person in recovery. I don't know about long term. I got like 9 months, y'all. So, I mean, when your weekend like tomorrow is great, you know. But it's today for me, and I was always the life of the party, even drinking and drugging. I just didn't freaking remember it. So, in recovery, I have the option to actually recall the moments that I share with the people today that I call my family, which a lot of those people are Oxford House for me. And our chapter in particular, you know, I'm from Southeast Louisiana, so, you know, we always do stuff big down there, and yeah. So, y'all, I'm from the West Bank, but that ain't my chapter, y'all, but they don't know what that means, Jeremy.
Okay.
They don't know. But we have a crawfish ball, y'all, every year, and I'm the housing services chair, and that was my first freaking adventure. And you know how us drug addicts do it. Like, I got it like 3 weeks before, and it was amazing because that's how it went too. Just, oh my God, you know. So it was like 3 weeks before I had to throw this with a great posse of people. We had to throw it together, and it was amazing. It was amazing. We actually made some money. We had a great time. And what I found really early in recovery, because I didn't come in recovery because I thought my life sucked. I came in recovery because I didn't want to go to jail. I don't know if any of y'all got here like that. You know, I had the paper to sign and everything, you know. St. Tammany told me find and maintain the program, and find and maintain. I did. I did not expect all of what we call in Louisiana the lagniappe, which is all of y'all, to come along with it, and it did. And I'm really grateful for every minute that I've had in recovery, because in recovery, if it was fun or if it sucked, it was real, not like my life in addiction. And fortunately for me, a lot of those moments have been a freaking blast. And those blasts for me have also been included in Oxford. And we do get together and we band together as a people, because we are a group of like-minded people. When I first got in recovery, I was like, I don't know about this AA shit, y'all. It's a cult. I think it's a cult. It really is, though. It's a group of like-minded people. We're just moving, doing the next right thing. And how blessed are we that I find it amusing that when I'm in a meeting, whichever one it is, I'm with the most well-adjusted and screwed up people at the same time, which is the contradictions of our program, right? You got to give it away to keep it and all that wonderful stuff that we learn. So having fun in Oxford has been really important to me, and I've learned so much while maintaining a smile and having those with me, laughing with me. We cry together too, y'all, but I love when we cry till we laugh. Those are really good moments, and those are moments that have made my book, you know, and being here with y'all has really made my book too. Like, they said 10 minutes, but I don't think I got 10 minutes. I think I gotta pee. I'm either gonna leak or it's not real. I don't know what's happening. I'm sweating. My friend T-Rex back there, could somebody turn the page for him again? I know he's gotta be finished by now. There you go, thank you. Anyway, y'all, I don't know, I ain't got nothing else to say. I'll talk to y'all later. Find me. Vote for me. World Council. All right.
Thanks, Chandra. All right, next up is Elizabeth Lewis.
Liz Lou.
Could someone change the page again, Little Arms? Yeah? Okay.
How y'all doing? I want to try something. We did it last year and it was bad. So when I say Oxford, you say house. Oxford? House. Oxford? House. Yeah, y'all did it good this year. Yeah. And I want y'all to stand up. Stand up and scream your state you're from. Oh. All I heard was Texas. That's it. All right.
Oh, say it again.
He wants me to do a repeat, so we're gonna do it one more time.
Stand up.
Stand up. What does he want us to do?
Yell.
So, yell your favorite state.
Wait.
Okay. I still just heard Texas. All right, all I heard was Texas. Texas. All right. All right, so again, everything. Woo! It's true though. No. So again, my name is Elizabeth Lewis, and I am a woman in long-term recovery. And what that means for me is I haven't found it necessary to drink or drug since January 24th of 2010. Pretty cool. Yeah. And if it wasn't for Oxford House, I swear I wouldn't be here. So I'm so grateful. So having fun in recovery, when I was in my addiction, I had to be that fight or flight. So I had to protect myself in armor, and I couldn't let people in. And I kind of lost touch of who I was. So when I got into recovery and learned, through the steps who I was and became comfortable with myself, I'm echoing, I don't like that. And I became comfortable with myself, I was able to have fun again, because I've always liked to have fun. Can y'all hear me better now? All right, Texas. No. But anyways, so I learned how to have fun again. I learned who I was, and I remember going to my first NA dance, and I was terrified because I can't dance. And then I was like, oh, everybody's going to judge me and stuff. But now I still can't dance, but I don't care as much because I'm comfortable with being within. You know what I mean? So don't judge me tonight when I'm dancing at y'all. But and then too, we got to find what our fun is. Some people might like reading the manual in a T-Rex outfit. Others like myself, I enjoy running. That's kind of my meditation, and riding my bike, which I'm not very good at, but I recently wrecked. But yeah, so I had to find my fun, and it's distracting. I had to replace all that time and energy that I put into my using. It's like, okay, now what? And I put it into fun. I put it into Oxford House. I put it into my recovery, because boredom for me is not a good place. And there is a study that I read that, hang on, I'm going to read it to y'all. I took weird notes. But people who laughed less had more negative emotions when compared to them for people who laugh more. So I think kind of fake it till you make it. If you laugh and you get it out, it raises endorphins, and it's just good. You get a better outlook on life. There you go. So I started in Tulsa, Oklahoma in 2010. Yeah. And I lived in Shirley Inn, which I found out just closed, which is sad to me. But that was the house we were in, and it was a women and children's house. Jersey Shore was real popular then, so we would have Jersey Shore nights, and we loved it, and The Voice and all of that stuff. We would do Christmas parties. We'd have pajama parties, give a week of EES for the best costume or pajama. We'd have buffets and just having people over, and it was fun. And Lori Holtzclaw was my outreach worker in the beginning, and she and I would go everywhere together. We talk about kidnapping and Tom Sawyer, and she did both of those to me. And I went everywhere with her, and I used to like that drama. So if we were going to go drug test a house, I was like, yes, let's go. And that's kind of what caught my fire about it. And we would call us the OHP, Oxford House Police, which is not good. You don't want to be that. Instead of, Oklahoma Highway Patrol or something. So anyways, but that was my fun, is going around and meeting the people and just getting involved. And then we did campouts, and we did all kinds of fun stuff. in Texas, and I think the World Council, they get to go to Arkansas. I see Mrs. Kelsey here. It's beautiful. They open their homes to us, and they have boats. It's on the water. It's gorgeous. So that's a great opportunity. But yeah, I really don't have much because the fun guys are next. But yeah, just celebrating clean time, I think that's vital. I expected the city to shut down and have a parade, but that did not happen. But it was, but it was so important. Like, go, and I mean, even if it's 2 weeks, whatever, like that's the time when you really want to do it. But go with your people and find your tribe. And let's see, what else did I do? World Convention, obviously here. Yeah. That's fun. Having fundraisers to get here is fun. Car washes, for me, service work is fun. I think Emily said that too, and it is. I enjoy it. At a car wash, yes. At a car wash. Bingo, I experienced bingo. That was fun. Sober bingo, fun. And in Mississippi, and Charles helped me with this, is we had a field day. Remember, like 5th grade, you have like 3-legged race and egg toss and all of that stuff. We did that. Each house made their own shirts. And we did volleyball. We set up brackets. We did, tug of war, all this stuff. And it was so much fun. We made a whole day of it. So you could do anything to have fun, and it's free, totally free most of the time. You can find some stuff. So that's really all I have. I'm happy to be here, and thank you all for coming. And who's next?
Thanks, Liz. Turn the page for T-Rex.
Yeah.
I'm just really glad that guy brushed his teeth. All right, next we got our Oxford House cheerleader. For those of you who haven't met, this is Brandy Bauer.
I'm getting those endorphins. Wait, let me laugh some more.
It's good, endorphins.
Hey, like last year I did this. You ready? Give me an F.
F.
Give me a U.
U.
At that moment, I realized I'd made a mistake. But I was too deep in, so give me an N.
N.
What's that smell? Fun. Yay! I didn't mean that's loud. I'm sorry. T-Rex, you good, babe? Yep, I got it, babe. Okay.
T-Rex
okay.
is down top.
Okay. Hey guys, I don't know how to talk about fun. I just know how to be fun. And my sponsor says this because I have got a little bit of that happy, joyous, and free that the big book talks about. I am so grateful for that. It's because I've worked the steps. I do what is suggested of me, and service work, I love it. That brings me my joy today. Like, I get really high off of that. Yeah? Good high, My voice is shaking because I forget to breathe. So bear with me. Yeah. Woosah. I like that word. My sponsor also likes definitions. If we see a word or anything that we look up, we look it up and get the definition of it. So I looked up fun. I got notes. Last year I was not prepared, and I just got up here and winged it and totally sucked, I felt. And they asked me to do it again, like, here I am! Who knew? I'm glad I didn't know. I now know. I'm on TV. I'm sweating. You can still hear me when I whisper. Okay, Paul Malloy! Oh, I love Paul, y'all. I love me some Paul. Girl. I'm sorry if you didn't know, now you know. Okay, fun. Definition, back on track. Squirrel. Enjoyment, amusement, or lighthearted pleasure. That's what fun stands for. To me, it means so much because, I don't know if y'all know or not if it's going to say some drugs, and I hope it doesn't trigger you, but I was a crackhead. I was a junkie. I was a meth head. I was a pill head. I was a everything head. You know? I loved it all.
Yes.
I loved every bit of it. T-Rex. Call your sponsor. And when I did those things, I severely isolated. Severely. I remember the first time I tried to get sober and I went to treatment. I had to learn how to communicate again because I'm one of those crackheads that gets in a closet, literally in a closet, because then there's no light. And so if I can see my lighter flicking, you know, I mean, I was paranoid. I didn't hang out with people. I didn't want to share my shit. They breathe too loud. You know, you're making noise. I got to hear for the jump out boys. Yep. Because they were coming to get me because I had a 20. Paranoid. I'm so glad to be out the closet. I didn't plan that. That's totally cool. Okay. Get it out. Get it out. Come on, girlfriend. Shake it loose. Okay.
Tighten it up, girl. Tighten it up.
I've been dying to do that too. I'm sorry. Okay. My life today, I enjoy the hell out of it because I'm no longer in the closet. I don't have to hide out in my bedroom. You know, I get out. I am a very social butterfly, if you didn't notice. And I got to be around people. I love people. I love my life today. I love the people that I surround myself with that encourage me and I can be myself. I don't have to hide today. I don't have to be in that hell that I was in. I am so grateful that I get to experience this. Breathing again.
She forgets.
I forget, so that's why I got notes.
Breathe.
Oh, yeah, that too. The second word, amusement. I looked that up too. Amusement, to cause laughter, experiencing something funny. Are y'all experiencing something funny? And we're laughing. Yes! Oh, yes! Am I amusing? Yes? Wait for it. Okay. I just snorted. Okay, and I wrote about that. My higher power amuses me. He's got jokes. He's so funny, and I love the way that he works in my life today. I can't wait to see what's next. I see Jason. Don't you Snapchat me. Cheater. My children amuse me today because I'm sober. I get to be there for my children. I have my 10-year-old today, and I don't know if you're friends with me on Facebook, but I get to, he says some funny stuff, and I post it because, you know, he's got my sense of humor, and sometimes I'm kind of like, oh, and sometimes I'm kind of like, yeah, that's my boy. And I mean, I couldn't be more proud. I finally get the chance to be a mother today, and that's something. It's not fun a lot of times. Because I got to be grown up and shit. Anyway, it's fun, though. I'm glad that I'm sober and I get to experience it. Am I going too long? Because I still have more notes. Okay, yeah? Woo! Okay. Turn the page. Oh, I'm so sorry, baby. Will somebody turn the page?
Everybody T-Rex!
Yes. Yeah. Will you excuse me one moment while I pay back Jason Giroux?
Giroux, honey.
Because he got this game where he tried to catch me, and he does on the Snapchat. And this is not fair right now. Okay. I can laugh today at what I've been through, and I can share that with you all. I used to get in trouble a lot on Facebook because I would post some really screwed up memes. And people are like, normal people are like, oh, well, that's because they don't understand it, and it's because I've been through it, and today my victory is I've survived it, and I'm here to share with you how. Do you know? I can laugh about it because I survived hell. And it's pretty exciting because here I am now, right here. It's crazy. I can't believe they asked me to do this again. Okay. Yeah. Great. That's great. Lighthearted was the final word on my looking up definitions. I Googled it. I never use Google. I'm not computer literate. They make fun of me because I can't compute. I can Facebook, though. I'm Facebook junkie. Hit me up. Okay. You'll see this. Bauer. Brandy Bauer. Brandy the Barber Bauer.
The Barber,
The
yes.
Barber.
Sorry.
Lighthearted means carefree, cheerful, happy, merry, glad, playful, joyful, gleeful, high-spirited, lively, bright, sunny, bubbly, upbeat. What? I think I fall under that category. You can too. You know why? From my experience, working the steps and getting all that dark crap out of you, and you have more room for the sunlight of the Spirit to enter you, and that happy, joyous, and free comes. My God, how freeing is it not to have all that? See, T-Rex is agreeing, bruh. Yes. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
Amen. I know it's as a result of working this program and practicing these steps in my daily affairs. I sound like a walking book right now. But I am very grateful for the program. I'm grateful for Oxford House, instilling that in me. That you got to do this, this, and this. And I stayed in Oxford House for 2.5 years. Did I not say my sobriety date?
No, girl. Say it, girl.
Okay. I share January 15th with Kathleen, but my year is 2012.
Yeah.
I had to name throw. Okay. Oh, yeah. What? Pretty boy sweat. I got I've been wanting to say that, too. He's so pretty. Free from anxiety or seriousness, unless you're on a panel. They had some. Hey, do you need to change the page again? Are you good? Okay.
He's done.
No. Don't be done. Okay. And so when it says free of anxiety and seriousness, every once in a while when I get that anxiety, that's me trying to take back control, and it's not fun. And I have to remember to let go and remember who the director of my life is. My higher power is God. Jesus. Ooh. Anywho, that's how I have fun. I am fun. I love my life today. And I just wanted to end with Rule 62. Yes. Don't take yourself too damn seriously, because that's not fun.
Thanks, Brandy. All right, yeah, so our next panelist, one of my faves, not that anyone up here isn't my fave, one of my faves. We got the amazing, the fabulous Jeremy Weatherspoon.
Hey, family. My name is Jeremy Weatherspoon, and I'm a person in long-term recovery. Can you stand up? I want to take a picture. I get the other side too. Wait.
I gotta get a picture of a picture.
Okay, that's that.
Get a picture of the picture of the picture.
Okay.
Wait, the picture of the picture of the picture.
One more. Okay. One more, Elizabeth. Picture of the picture of the picture. Right.
Yes. So my sobriety date is April 5th, 2013. And for that, I'll be eternally grateful. And Oxford House has been a very large part of my recovery. And so I understand that we're talking about fun in recovery, so let's talk about it. Let's do it. Let's handle it, right? Brandy talked about coming out of the closet. Honey, when I came out of the closet, I burned that shit down, okay? Ashes to ashes, dust to side chicks. So, but it's true. Don't take life too seriously because it is to be enjoyed. If we want it to be miserable, we can just go back to using, right? But here's the problem. Let me break it down to you, right? We conditioned ourselves. When we started drugging, that shit was fun. Okay? It was nice to be popping at the club. You know what I'm saying? Sweating, booty popping, you know what I mean? Doing the damn thing. You know what I'm saying? I went to a Beyonce concert high on ecstasy. That bitch was singing Colors. Like, it was fun. Like, no lie. It was fun. Legit. It suckered us in. Right? It confused us, and then we associated fun with drinking and drugging. Unfortunately, as our tolerance starts to build, as our friend circles start to diminish, that shit's no longer fun, but in our mind, we're like, this is the only way that I can have fun. So maybe if I do it a little bit differently, maybe if I add a little something else, maybe if I don't take it as much and then shoot up a nice one at the end of the day, maybe that'll make it more fun. Maybe I should mix and match with pills and potions. Then eventually I'll get that problem, that algorithm that's gonna now make my life fun again. Baby, that shit's done. It's over. If you think you can go back to that, you're mistaken, right? It can't happen anymore for us. We crossed that threshold. It's imaginary. You never see it coming, but you cross over and you're like, shit. It's over for me, and all we can look back at the past and look at those experiences and try to glean a little glimpse of fun from those things that we did. I went skydiving in Utah, and I can't remember jumping out of the plane. I can't remember the exhilaration that I should have felt falling to my death. Like, I don't remember it, you know what I'm saying? I went whitewater rafting in Spokane, Washington, and I don't remember it. That's sad. And all the while, I thought I was really having fun. I thought I was living the dream. I thought I was doing what everybody else was doing. And I was just running myself deeper and deeper and deeper into the ground. You know, they say you'll hit bottom once you stop digging. I dug in a lot of bottoms. Oh, this not the panel for that? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'll talk to you about bottoms later, Brandy. So then I got into recovery, and I was pissed. I came in kicking and screaming, honey, like, no, I'm too young for this. So you mean to tell me I can't drink or drug anymore, ever? Ever? Like, that was the idea. Like, I thought that I was gonna go into AA and they were gonna teach me how to do it correctly, you know what I'm saying? Like, take a couple of breaks, breathe, exercise, you know, drink a little bit, you know what I mean? Like, I thought they were gonna give me like that magic. Again, I was looking for that magic algorithm that I can still do it, you know what I'm saying? I often thought about being old and married, and all my kids have graduated college and they're off with their families, and I'm just sitting with my husband on the veranda sipping a mint julep. Like, that's where my mind was going. Bitch, I ain't have no man when I got into recovery. Like, how did I come up with this fantasy of being later in life sitting on my porch drinking? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how twisted my mind was. So when I started getting involved with Oxford, it took about 6 months because I still was on the fence. Like, do I really want to do this? Do I not? Do I want to be a hoe in these streets? Do I want to go look for a sugar daddy? Do I really want to take this seriously and pay my own bills? Like, it was really like it was a tug of war. I was like, sugar daddy. But then when I started to get serious about my recovery and started to get involved, I realized that you could have fun. So the first person that I met at any convention of Oxford House ever was Miss Brandy Bauer. And this was in 2013. It was later in April of that year. And I was like, oh, this bitch is on something. You know, I thought everybody was on something. You know what I'm saying? Like, with my limited experience in recovery, I could not see the potential or the possibilities. When someone stepped into a room and said they had 5 years sober when I was 5 minutes sober, I said, that girl ain't sober. I felt that they couldn't do it because I didn't think I could, right? She showed me a different way. She also showed me she'll buy up all the raffle tickets. So please, if you want to win, you gotta buy raffle tickets. This bitch does the most. Like, she's the bomb-ass barber, and she just saves all these coins to come to the conventions and get all these damn raffle prizes. She's been winning since 2013. So, but she showed me that if you go out and you be yourself, your authentic self, not putting on airs, being somebody that they want you to become, but actually being your genuine self, you're going to be loved and accepted, and then you're going to find fun. Right. It's been so amazing. So amazing. Ooh. Woo. Later that year, I went to DC, and that was my first World Convention. I met so many of you then. This is my 6th World Convention in a row. I was on the World Council. I went over to the Kelseys. They have a beautiful properties, like multiple properties on Beaver Lake in Arkansas. And they open their homes up to us. Mrs. Kelsey feeds us breakfast, lunch, and dinner at her house each day that we're there. My mom didn't cook for me like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's love. And I got it because I was able to recover and I was able to get into Oxford House. Woo! Ooh, you guys have given me so much. I'm eternally grateful, and I'm having so much fun. Can't you tell? I was able to meet my best friend in Oxford. Actually, all 3 of them. I have 3, don't judge me. I was able CJ, I know, I'm extra. CJ, Lori, Mike, I met all of them in Oxford. Lori is also my sponsor, and she's phenomenal. I know these ladies very personally. They've been in my home. They've come around me. Wesley, Amber, like all my people. Summer, Dana. She's mine. I know, girl. I got it. But I was able to meet all those people. We go bowling, right? Bowling is the rehab game. I don't know if you know, but everybody wants to go bowling. We've had cookouts. We've had crawfish boils and crab boils. I mean, we've had field days, volleyball. Like, we've just done so much. Every year, annually, my chapter goes out to this man-made beach. Super cute, right? Yes, right? super cute, over near Bogalusa in Louisiana, and we just go out. We just go out and we just have a bomb-ass time, like in the lake, bouncing on the little bouncy castles and things they have in the water. Like, we cook out, you know, we have so much enjoyment. It brings me pleasure and joy. I found life again because towards the end, I tried to take that life because I no longer saw my light. I know it was snuffed out. I didn't see who I was anymore. And I said, I don't know how to live anymore, and I don't know if there's another way to live, so let me just end it all. My higher power showed up and showed up big. And he showed me that there's a different way to live, and I'm not done with you, my child. That's what he said to me. And if I'm gonna continue to live this life, I'm gonna make it the funnest life, the happiest life, the most fulfilling life. Baby, I'm about to run this life down into the ground, honey. Because what God has for me is for me, and he gave me my life back. Thank you for letting me share, guys.
So that about does it up for our wonderful, amazing panelists. We will be opening up for questions at the microphone. I just want to mention one thing, is that one of my favorite sayings that I heard actually in a meeting when I got clean, and it was through somebody sharing, and it was somebody that was constantly smiling, and one of those people that just kind of lights up the room when you walk in and they're there. One of my favorite sayings is that it's never too late to have a happier childhood. And there's a few steps that I take as an individual, because I spent a long time in the disease of addiction and sleeping on washers and dryers and being homeless and shunned by the family and who I called friends, right? All for what I considered fun, of course, which everyone here can relate with. And so when I got clean, I kind of had to relearn and redefine what fun was, and that was uncomfortable. I had to learn how to break free from those chains of the addiction. And it's funny, as Brandy expressed so explicitly up here on stage, the first step for me was to breathe. Can all of y'all just do that real quick? Just everyone take a real deep breath. And you feel those chains of addiction break free and let out a holler. And the next step for me to break out of those chains of addictions is to break out of myself. How many people, raise your hand, are sitting next to somebody that they don't know?
You better make friends.
I want you to get out of yourself real quick and just give that person a high five. Oh, welcome. I'm from Seattle. I am. That's right. Amazing things. Oh, and just so you are aware, I learned this trick, and I think it was in Oregon. But there actually is a trick to the perfect high five. That is exactly right. If you talk to the person, whoever it is that you are giving a high five, you see this elbow right here? I'm not looking at Jeremy, as beautiful as he is. I'm looking at his elbow, and he's looking at my elbow. Every time. What? Perfect high five. But those are the three, sometimes extremely complicated. Those are the three, sometimes extremely complicated, yet incredibly simple steps to fun and recovery for myself. And that is to breathe, holler, woo! And break out of yourself with somebody else. So I challenge you all to give high fives everywhere this convention. I want to see you giving high fives. If I see you and you're not giving high fives, I'm running to give you a high five.
I love it. Elbow to elbow.
And the fact that we family, follow with a hug if you got time. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna open up. We got a little bit of time. I think we moderated this pretty well.
Yes.
We got some time here. If there's anybody that would like to speak, we got somebody up at the microphone.
Is it on?
So go ahead and introduce yourself first.
My name is Jeremy. I'm from Oregon. Yep. So my question is, so what would you do in a situation where in all of our houses there's always one or two guys that, or women or whatever, that are that recluse, that isolate, that don't want to get out of their skin, that don't want to go out. So what would you suggest to, bring them out?
So you've met my best friend. Oh, I'm sorry. So he was asking, what would you do if you encountered a roommate that didn't want to get out? They were reclusive, they were isolating, they were loners. And so I saw CJ when he came into the Clearview house in Metairie. And CJ, wave to everybody, baby. Say, hey, that's my best friend. But it didn't always start out that way, right? He has a sordid past and very distrustful of individuals. And so he was in himself and just focused on today and this now and like, what can I do for me, right? Well, I initially was attracted to it because I wanted to have sex with him. That didn't work out for me. So, right. But though, right, I was still very active in Oxford House as I am today. So I was always getting phone calls to go to house meetings, to go to chapter meetings, whatever the case. So in efforts to get closer to him, I said, you should come with me to go help out this house because they're struggling and you're really good at doing this thing in our house, right? And so I would just, and every time I got a phone call to do something, and then I started to look past my, character defects, looking for sex and guy, whatever. And I actually saw that he was a real person and not just a penis. And so like, I got to know him, and then I fell in love with his mind, but then he fell in love with Oxford in the process because everywhere I went, CJ went. So that's how I did it.
Hey, my name is Melissa. I'm from Louisiana. My question was really the same as his, how to get people out of their, and Jeremy really answered it. But I just wanted to say, before I came into recovery, I always had this mindset that I had to and I still feel it sometimes, I have to curb my enthusiasm. I don't know why, but I feel like people look at me funny when I'm walking around smiling all the time and I'm walking around singing and laughing all the time. But then Jeremy had said to me, he was giving me a ride home from our home group one day, and I was talking to him about a ex-boyfriend now, and he told me something about how that person gets me out of my character. And I just want to say how much that helped me when you said that. I realized that I need to stay away from those people, that this is my true character now. This is my true character now. And I need to stay away from the people that bring me down and get me out of that old character. And that has helped so much what you said. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wednesday, 6:45.
Yep.
Hey, I just wanted to say, can you imagine the looks that I get? Not at all. It isn't. But you know what? I kind of like it. I like all the looks that I get. I'm an attention whore, if you didn't know. Today, I love this attention instead of the negative attention.
Right.
And so I've learned to not pay attention to those looks that I get because they're going to look at me anyway. I'm a lot to look at. Plus, I've got a big mouth. I'm loud and all that. So I just look past all of that. I mean, I'm a lot. I know I'm a lot. But I'm grateful as a result of working the steps. I believe that's increased my self-confidence. You know what I'm saying? And that I'm not so much of a people pleaser today. I don't care what you think. And that's the most positive way that I can say that, because sometimes I really do care what you think. Does that make sense? There's a balance. So that's all I had to say about that.
Mic check, mic check.
1, 2, 1, 2.
1, 2, 1, 2. Virginia! Bobby, what's good? Due to this new thing that we're doing with the high fives, how do we implement that for those that weren't in here and are aware of what we're doing? Thank you.
So his question was how to implement the high five recommendation throughout the convention for those that are not here. And I can tell you personally, have we met before, any of us? Many of you may not even know my name. Well, maybe because I introduced myself about an hour ago, but you'll catch me doing the same, and it spreads like wildfire. And sometimes I've noticed after doing it for so long, I even flinch and people's hands go up. And it spreads. And as you go, it will spread. It breeds smiles and it breeds fun. And you'll notice if you break out of yourself and give it a chance, it's about trying new things, uncomfortable things sometimes. Some people aren't giving me or anyone else a high five, so I'm reaching an elbow out. Whatever I can, because if I can get a smile out of you, today has been an awesome day.
Yes.
Go ahead.
All right. Hi, my name is Jessica Shabazz. I'm from Spokane, Washington.
Hey, Jessica.
What's up? Washington, Spokane's in the house. My question is, how do I get my chapters together in my city? Like, we've talked about it, but we've never acknowledged on doing it together. Like, we set up meetings and whatever, we talked as chapters, like chapter 3, 17, and 27, but we never got together. So how do I go about doing that?
Go ahead, repeat the question.
Hey, y'all.
Make sure you repeat the question.
So what I heard, this is called active listening.
Yeah.
So I'm going to repeat what I heard, and that is you are asking how to get both of your chapters together, yeah? Okay. So inner chapter would be the easiest answer, and there's a lot of other states that have that, and basically what it is they get all chapters, we call it all city or inner chapter, whatever, to get together because we strengthen numbers, right? We can get ideas and learn, hey, they're doing it this way, or ooh, let's not do that, and things like that. So that's really good because it's attraction rather than promotion. Oh, and I had something really good to say, but I don't remember. Damn.
Just yell it out when you remember.
Yeah. So anyways, yeah. Huh?
She'll come find you. She'll forget again.
Okay. Yeah, I'll forget.
She'll yell in a minute.
Also, too, there's so many chapters that we have that are really close by. We don't have too many cities that have multiple chapters, but we do have in Shreveport, in Baton Rouge, New Orleans and Metairie are so close. Well, I don't know Texas, baby. I'm only talking about Louisiana. Right, Alexandria is about to break up in 2. I think New Orleans and Metairie are actually going to break up into 2, so it'll be 4 that are right close together. But what we've done in efforts to ensure that the chapters come together is we utilize housing services, right? So we'll have housing services from the Metairie chapter and the New Orleans chapter come together and have their own meeting. So now the chapters are interrelated and they're calling on each other when they need support in the houses. And we also have an additional fund so that we can support opening new houses. Baton Rouge does it as well. So they have 3 different chapters. All 3 of those chapters, housing services representatives, come to one meeting. And so that really brings them all together. They talk about fundraising, opening houses, and then they do things to get everybody involved, and those members go into other chapters. So it's really about being seen. Like, I can't support you if you don't see me. So if you see me, you'll be more apt to calling me, reaching out, and looking for support. And that's how you can kind of integrate.
Yep. And two, I remember, and two, like making a plan and being consistent. Like even if they don't show up, you're the only one. Say, okay, second Thursday of every month, we're gonna meet at this house at 2, or whatever. And what? Oh, and be consistent. What? Be consistent, because again, like the word of mouth, they'll get out there, and then you utilize Facebook, like utilize the tools, because not a lot of people answer their phones, and like the new guy might look on that page and want to get involved but not know how. But if they show up to that thing, they can start meeting and things like that. Does that make sense? Yeah. All right.
Thanks, Liz.
Thank you.
One other thing that we've done in my area, in the Charlotte area, is come up with like an area name. Like, we just say Charlotte area fundraising. That way you're not chapter 2 and chapter 3. When you're doing these unity events, you want it to be unified. So, don't separate it by chapter when you're doing those things. And that really helps bring everybody together. It gets out of that mindset.
Thanks, Goose. You better work.
Thanks, Goose. Yeah, looks like we got time for one more. Go ahead.
Jeffrey.
Aloha, my name is Jeffrey. I am from Honolulu.
Yeah.
And I want you to know that we in Honolulu are looking forward to the possibility when Oxford House reaches 50 years, in about 8 years, that you will come and visit us in the 50th state.
Show you right, honey. I'm there.
I basically had a comment to share. This is a very emotional time for me. I'm having some difficulties, and so I'm trying to not allow those difficulties to keep me from having fun. And I find that there are people in my life that I cannot help but be happy around. One of those people I've recently met, and that is Miss Lewis, who is on the panel. And today, 2 or 3 times when I've just been in my little slump, I run into her, and she gives me that smile and that hug. And I want to remind everybody to find those people in your life. And when you're sad and when you have difficulties and you need to have fun, either go to them, call them, or think of them. Because there are people in my life that I can think of, and it will bring me out of it. And that's what I had to say. And I look forward to seeing y'all in Honolulu.
And actually, I was wrong. We do have time. Go ahead if you like. Yeah.
Hello, my name is Charlie. I have a poem from Alexandria, Virginia. I see the light. It is bright. Stay on the path. You can win the fight. AA is it. Never say quit. We pray to God our light will be lit.
Yes. Come on, litty titty, honey, okay?
Anybody else? Can we get another round of applause for these amazing panelists? And thank you all for coming, and I look forward to a high five throughout this convention. Enjoy the rest of your convention. All right.